The centrifuge is a kind of a machine that is used for the separation of different biological materials, cell organelles, cells itself from a medium, then lyse the cell, ruptured the cell, and the material inside the cell, those are also separated with the help of centrifuge. Cell organelles, sometimes DNA, RNA, proteins, these are also separated with the help of centrifuge machine. So, as far as the principle of the centrifugation is concerned, we have learned that there are several equations. First of all is the centrifugal force that is acting upon the particle, which is to be centrifuged or separated, that particle. What is the centrifugal force? Let's revise that once more. Centrifugal force. So it is represented by F, which is equal to m omega square r. Okay? And then another thing which is called gravitational force, you can say. This is equal to, you can also represent it as F is equal to mg. So these two forces, when we make a ratio, when we calculate a ratio of these two forces, that is called relative centrifugal force. It is basically the ratio of the centrifugal force. So it will be basically m omega square r divided by mg. So m will be cancelled. So it will be omega square r by g. Okay. This omega square r is also called centrifugal field. Okay. In a centrifuge, the body is rotating in a circular motion. So the distance covered here in this case is in angle. It is the angular distance. Okay. And the velocity that the body covers is called angular velocity. This omega is basically what? Angular velocity. Angular velocity is just like when you talk about linear velocity, v. V is defined as the distance per unit time. Linear distance per unit time. Okay. Similarly, angular velocity will be angular distance per unit time. So omega is equal to theta by t. Where theta is angular distance. Means this is angular distance means what? This thing. The body is rotating in a circle like this. Say it as a radius r like this. This is the particle. Okay. That is continuously rotating in this manner. So this will be its linear distance, but this angle that is subtended by the arc is called the theta, angular distance. Okay, this is represented as theta, and it has been determined that if the body rotates a complete circle, that is 360 degree, that is represented as 2 pi radian. The distance in the angular distance is measured in radian. Okay. So 360 is equal to 2 pi radian. So this is angular distance. Okay. So this is what? Theta. This is the value of theta. So here you can write 2 pi. 2 pi per second, you can say. Okay. That will be called the angular velocity, measured in terms of seconds as time unit. Okay. So to replace this s, we write here t. There is t here. Sorry, t. That means there is a 1 by t over here. 1 by t is also equal to f, which is frequency. Frequency means how many times per second, like this. How many times? Here revolution is being measured. Frequency could be of anything. Wavelength has also a frequency. So how many times the body revolves around a circle per minute? That we also call revolution per minute. Isn't it? सब लिखा है, पहले से लिखा हुआ है ना? तो revolution per minute, इसको हम लोग ऐसे भी लिखते हैं revolution per 60 सेकेंड, है ना? How many revolution? S revolution. So this can be, we can write as S by 60. F is equal to S by 60. So if you replace this F here, 2 pi T is equal to 2 pi F. Okay? So it becomes 2 pi S by 60. Now putting this value of omega in the equation, in this equation, RCF, relative centrifugal force, will be equal to now RCF, relative centrifugal force, will be equal to omega square R. Omega is being replaced by this 2 pi S square by 60 square into R. And then there is a G over here, isn't it? So now this 2 pi R, it becomes 4 pi square S square. S is here, S is what? S is revolution per minute, RPM. S is, somewhere you can write, S is RPM. You can also write, instead of writing S, you can straightway write RPM also. RPM square. Pi square, then RPM square into R divided by 3600 into, as you know, gravitational acceleration. Last day we were talking about that, is in terms of centimeter, it is 980 centimeter per second square. Since both these factors are actually force, so the units will be cancelled, isn't it? So there is no dimension of RCF. However, to give a meaning, a G value, gravitational value, G value is put as a unit, you can say. How many RCF G? Suppose a body rotates in, say, 10,000 G. Means what is the RPM of this? It can be calculated using this formula. Okay, now simplifying this, if you simplify this, it will come, when you put 4 into 3.14 into 3.14, value of pi, into S square into R by this 3600 into 980, it comes about 0.119 into 10 to the power minus 5 S square R. So this is the value of RCF. So here you can see that RCF means relative centrifugal force, the force that is acting on the particle, is directly proportional to the revolution, square of the revolution per minute. It is also directly proportional to the radius. Means if your rotor, the rotor inside the centrifuge machine, that rotor, if it is bigger in size, the distance from the axis and the tube is more, then the particle will have a greater force acting upon it, isn't it? So radius is also directly proportional to RCF. RPM is also directly proportional to RCF. But for a general operation, when we run a centrifuge machine, we usually see how much RPM we should rotate the instrument, at what speed you should be rotating it so that your particle will get precipitated or pelted down. है ना? Are you getting or not? বুঝতে পারছিস না কঠিন হয়ে যাচ্ছে? কঠিন হচ্ছে না তো? এইভাবে লিখলে অ্যান্সার আমাদের কোয়ালিটি ভালো মার্কস আসবে।